Moving now to our other special focus tonight, a series of horrific crimes in India's glamour capital, Mumbai. This has exposed the sleazy underbelly of a world where the stakes are high. In crimes that could be almost made for the silver screen, for the movies, young people far from their families being murdered for money, not by hardened criminals, but often by fellow artists, colleagues, all starstruck and fighting for a quick buck, however gruesome the crime may be.
Money, sex and dhoka. No Bollywood film, but real crimes exposing the ugly underbelly of the maximum city. When 60-year-old Delhi businessman Arun Tikku was found murdered in his son's Oshiwara flat on the 7th of April and the two paying guests went missing, what seemed like a simple robbery murder soon turned into a sordid tale involving two murders and one killer. The link, Vijay Palande, a two-time murder convict who had jumped parole, and his niece Simran Sood, the honey trap. His first victim, aspiring film producer Karan Kumar Kakkar. Palande and his gang, which included his niece Simran Sood, befriended Kakkar and lured him with the promise of funding for his films. Police say Kakkar, who was into cricket betting, may have introduced Simran to IPL players. Realizing Kakkar was in debt and of no use to them, they finally killed him for his BMW and threw pieces of his body along the Satara Ghats. The next target, small-time actor Anuj Tikku, seen in bit roles in films like No One Killed Jessica. Palande surfaced as a paying guest in Tikku's house. They again ensnared Anuj using Simran, and with the information she could get out, recce'd his properties and made him sign blank papers as they tried to get him to fund their business in Europe. But when Anuj's father grew suspicious, they murdered him. Only after Anuj was arrested did the police realize he would have been their next victim. Even before these crimes could sink in, strike three, the murder of aspiring starlet MEENAKSHI Thapa, the only link, Bollywood. MEENAKSHI met junior artists Amit Jaiswal and Albina Surina on the sets of Madhur Bhandarkar's Heroine, starring Kareena Kapoor. Thinking that MEENAKSHI was rich, they kidnapped her in March and took her to Allahabad. They beheaded her in this house. Then they called her family with a ransom demand of 15 lakh rupees. When the family went to the cops, they ran away, carrying her severed head for 2 days before throwing it out of a moving bus. 3 lives caught in a gruesome web of money, greed and the dreams of stardom. With Rashmi Rajput in Mumbai, Anusya Mathur for NDTV.
A lethal cocktail, something often ignored when we report on the glamour world and just obsessed with what we see on screen. But what's happening off screen? Joining me tonight, Himanshu Roy, Joint Commissioner of Police in charge of crime. I'm also joined by Sudhir Mishra, well-known film director, and also Meenal Baghel, editor and of course of Mumbai Mirror and author of Death in Mumbai, based on the horrific killings of Neeraj Grover by Jerome and Maria Susairaj. Thank you all very much for joining me tonight. Mr. Himanshu Roy, these two horrific crimes which have been reported extensively in the last weeks or two seems to be the tip of the iceberg. Increasingly we're seeing in Mumbai stories similar to this, gruesome crimes, really horrific crimes, and not committed by hardened criminals. What do you attribute this to? Even as a senior police officer after so many years in the force, are you shocked by this?
Good evening, Sonia. Yes, I must say that we are all surprised and shocked by the heinousness of this series of crimes. Whereas it has all the ingredients of Bollywood in it, aspiring actresses, producers, connections with the film industry, with cricket and so on and so forth. We must also remember that the main criminal, Vijay Palande, is a hardened character who has committed murders in the past. So it isn't as though an amateur is operating here. He appears to be a member of an organized crime syndicate. And we are investigating whether any more such crimes have been committed. He is in our custody. Inquiries are at a very early stage right now. And we think in the days to come, we will be able to uncover the entire nexus.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news and your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.